what is called as sufficient hearing? The purpose of hearing is remembrance. And the purpose of remembrance is vision. Uh, Vision means uh, to be able to see the situations and events happening in our lives from a spiritual perspective. That's called as vision. So, how can we say that uh, so how can we say that we are a devotee? No. Devotional activities are one engaging in direct devotional activities or direct devotional service is one aspect of it. That is, our sadhana is one aspect of it. That okay, we can qualify a person as a devotee based on his sadhana. Is he engaged in activities of sadhana? That's one thing. The other factor is that okay, we are surrounded by a lot of material energy. So how is one dealing with that material energy to bring about the effect of spiritualizing it? So that is the second aspect of it. So we are dealing with a good amount of material energy around our own body, our own subtle body, our own mental conditionings. That's all material. So how are we dealing with this material energy, then the material resources we interface around? How are we dealing with this material energy and spiritualizing it? Are we spiritualizing it at all? Yeah. So that's called as vision, actually. And the hearing has to impact the vision, because hearing is food for vision, is it not? So hearing is not the only food for vision. Hearing and serving, both are food for vision. So the ultimate thing is vision. That are we spiritualizing our material settings? So that's why you see the Shastras are condemning Dharma, Artha, Karma, Moksha. Although at one level of the Shastras, for one level of audience, that is a path which is recommended. But then you will see in higher revelations, the Shastras are condemning the path of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Why? Because in Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, there is no willingness to spiritualize things. Rather, it is using spiritual facilities and assets to materialize, to gain, to gain material things. That's why it's condemned. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Very badly, it's condemned. Because in the drive of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, there is no spiritualization which is happening. We are supposed to spiritualize material energy. We are not supposed to use spiritual energy and materialize it, Okay, how can I become more famous? How can I become more wealthy? So that's missing the whole point of spiritual emancipation or spiritual advancement. So that's why the Shastras, now you will see the Bhakti Shastras very heavily condemn the drive of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha as something very lowly. It's very lowly actually, because one is not accepted the point that he needs to spiritualize his material engagements. So Krishna is not established only as the center point, around which, as the central point, as the chief Yagyapati. The The object of all, the recipient and the object of all our sacrifices and offerings. The Krishna is not accepted only. So that's why it's not that's why it's condemned. So so spiritualization of material energy or material facets around is a very important aspect of bhakti. And spiritual advancement, you will see, gains substance only when these two aspects are linked to each other. Rather, one aspect is directed towards the other, and the efficacy of one is seen on the other ground. That means what? Means the efficacy, the aspect of intake, that is sadhana, the chanting of the holy names, the hearing of the scriptures, uh, uh, the the association of the Vaishnavas, uh, uh, the efficacy of that. So that's the so that is that's one aspect. That's the intake aspect. But the intake has to be channelized towards spiritualization. So how is one spiritualizing the mental energy is very important. So if these two are not linked to each other and a devotee just assumes that, okay, if I am doing the prescribed sadhana, that's it. After that, I can do anything. So if one just shuts it off there, tangible spiritual advancement will not be realized. Is it not? So that's the aspect. Bhakti will remain superficial. Bhakti will not go deeper. But if we link both of them, and we see the effect of intake on to vision, on the grounds of vision, then you will see bhakti will go substantial. So it's not that just by, you know, therefore it's not that just by hearing a good number of lectures, we can understand, we can advance. Now we have to understand the purpose of hearing a lecture is ultimately vision. That, okay, what is the change I'm bringing about in my life? What is the change? The material activities and the thought processing. Where are spiritual principles getting installed in those? Is it not? So hearing has to be tuned to that. Indiscriminate hearing, purposeless hearing is not going to be much meaningful. Will give us some sukriti, but not, it is still going to be superficial. Now, the next point here is in rendering service to devotees. You see, the point is that rendering service to devotees, the devotees of the Lord actually uh, uh, the devotees of the Lord, or you can say focusing on seva, Vaishnav seva, what it does is actually it helps us very profusely in changing our vision from material to spiritual. Because you see, Krishna is not very prominently manifest around us. And it becomes very difficult to relate with Krishna. So many times you see uh, Many times you see therefore relating with the mission of the Lord becomes also difficult. Because to relate to the Lord is not easy. But when one keeps an emphasis on Vaishnav Seva, then what happens is that because a Vaishnav is composed of what is the composition of a Vaishnava? A Vaishnava is composed of service to Krishna, is it not? And therefore, if the focus is on Vaishnav Seva, then that actually makes it much more easier uh, to absorb in the spiritual energy. That's the point. Because when we go to serve Vaishnavas, what do they consider as service? Is it not? Like you see, we have this experience. Even if you want to have association of senior devotees, you want to invite them to our place, it's not so easy. It's not that you just write a mail, okay, Maharaj, please come, and they will come, They're not going to come so easily, So, a good and nice relationship is formed when they are able to see that they are going to a place is helping them furthering their service and their mission to their spiritual master. And if our setup helps them to further their service, then we see they come physically, is it not? Otherwise, they may not just turn up. It's very simple. It's very simple. So that means that actually only if we render some service to them in their mission, can we get association also? Is it not? You see? So we may think it is service to them, but they are actually helping us serve. They are actually pulling us to serve the mission. Is it not? Like before COVID, Bhakti Ragam Maharaj had come. So we were just hearing that Maharaj is going around. Maharaj may can come, like that. But how he came? He just didn't came to give class, So we understood Maharaj is doing village programs, and then Maharaj is collecting some statistics. So then our devotees proposed to Maharaj that we can arrange a couple of programs in Kharagpur. Then he came. He was here. Maharaj was here for 1 week or so, right? 15 days. Oh, 15 days. Very amazing. So we arranged 5 programs for Maharaj, 5 villages. So, and then actually, so Maharaj, so we're working, so then he introduced chanting, and then Maharaj said, you can continue preaching to these villages, There were people, we did it also for some time. So at least a whole avenue got opened for us. That, so much, at least a whole avenue got opened for us, like that. So that is the point. Similarly, now recently Bhakti Vasudev Maharaj came. We were requesting Maharaj since so long, Maharaj was not coming, Only when you propose that Maharaj, you can arrange a program in the institute, for you, Then Maharaj got excited. Then after some time, Maharaj was doing follow-up, Maharaj wrote SMS. He was doing follow-up, that okay, have you progressed any further in your, program arrangement, because that is, So then when he was here, he was telling, this is my bread and butter, this program, Other 2 days, Maharaj agreed because the first day was, something, what Maharaj is looking forward to. So that is his service to what was given to him. That is basically his service to reach out to, academic people and speak in the institutes, like that. So, that's his service, which our Bhakti Tirth Maharaj gave him. So we see, like that. Now, so there needs to be some service, Otherwise, it becomes, otherwise we don't get association so easily. you know, like that. So that means, you see the point. So the principle of Vaishnava Seva helps us in getting very nicely, so we may think we are doing Vaishnava Seva, we are just serving that person. No, but actually that person is helping, that person is pulling us towards Krishna all the more. You see the point? That person is pulling us to, now like our Radhisham Prabhu is emphasizing on, helping in the MIT. Hmm? So we may think, okay, we are serving Radhisham Prabhu, but actually he is pulling us towards the mission, is it not? Right? So that's the point. That's the point. Therefore, actually, but in this way, so, like we were very eager to invite our Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, Maharaj is not coming, Maharaj doesn't come, So many times we invite. Like for Bhumi Pujan, we gave 15 dates to Maharaj, 1-5. 1-5. I was working with Charu Govinda Prabhu for 2 weeks. He gave 5, 6, 6, 7, 8 dates. I felt it's not sufficient. Then he worked again. He gave me more dates. Then we gave all those dates to Maharaj. Maharaj didn't choose a single date, you know. So like that, Bhumi Pujan, not interested. Means that is not his mission, Okay, So, but he only visited us to see the tribal children. So he is not attracted towards, but if you do some good tribal thing, then Maharaj will come. No? That is the whole point. So, so that is the point. So he came to see the children. He happened to get, because he came to see the children, he gave us half an hour class also. Is it not? So association. So, and then what he did, so we are calling him here. He is pulling us somewhere else, So, yeah. So, so Maharaj just told me, okay, I'm coming to your place, you stand on the main road, I'll come and pick you up, and then you come along with me. I said, no, Maharaj, you're coming, okay, I'll come to your place, I'll meet the children for 15 minutes, and then I will leave, I said like that, I said, oh, no, you can give a class also. He said, okay, fine, But then he came. So, but then he said, okay, you come with me now. You called me, now you come with me. So he took us to Jhargram, And actually, that opened up a lot of avenues for us. We got to understand that we are very close to tribal belts. That was first time we really understood that we are so close to tribal belts. So he showed us, that whole area. So we came to know actually this one road only, 50, 60, 70, 80 kilometers is complete tribal. You enter Jhargram, Bakura, and then Mayurbhanj in Odisha, the whole tribal area actually. We're very close to that. So this hostel position is quite strategic in that sense. I mean, from all these communities, you can get a lot of children. Anyways, just behind us, the Christian missionary, he has 1,000 people he gets from Bakura only. Those candidates, they all come from Bakura only. That way. So, because, yeah. So we are just next to him, So, yes, yes. So their strategy is very. Their strategy is very, this thing, and the Christian strategy is very well thought of and very dangerous in one sense. So they are going. So basically, their whole goal is conversion. They are not much focused on service, if you see. Because what is the point in opening a school which is class 1 to class 4 only? What is the point in opening a school which is class 1 to class 4? Will it do any upliftment, materially speaking? Oh, if you want to open, you open till 12th, till B.Ed, till something. What we are trying to do, is it not? It's higher education which turns people, is it not? Primary education, what it will turn? But their goal is conversion, not turning. So they are lifting these children, bringing them to their hostels, feeding them non-veg, giving them Christian seeds, like that, and converting their families in the name of helping them, and after fourth, where do these children go? They'll go back to their places. It's only till fourth, that place. Yeah, only till class four. It's only till class four, and they are established in so long, they could have easily scaled it up. So I'm not sure whether they're transporting all these children from here to some other center, which is, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. And those children are Bakura children. They are not the local village children. They are Bakura hostelites. So the whole goal is conversion. The whole goal is conversion. Once converted, they'll just leave them, because once converted, finished. Is it not? So, so actually, it's not genuine service, is it not? It's not genuine service. Genuine service only Vaishnavas can do. Unless you have love of Godhead, unless you cannot genuinely serve people, it's very difficult. So you see the point. The point is that, so therefore, actually, being oriented towards serving the Vaishnavas is a very powerful way of getting attached to the mission of the Lord. That is what Srila Rupa Goswami is talking about. Very powerful way. So genuine service. Now the point is how to become attached to serving Krishna. So it's good to be oriented towards Vaishnava Seva in that way. So the next point here is performing devotional service in Kartik. Oh, so this is called as Urja Vrata. Urja Vrata is observed in Kartik month, especially in Vrindavan. There is a specific program for temple worship of the Lord in his Damodar form. Yeah, it is said the Lord Damodar is very dear to his devotees. The month is also very dear to him. The execution of devotional service during Urja Vrata, we just finished Urja Vrata, right? In the month of Kartik is especially recommended to be performed in Mathura. The system is still followed by many devotees. They go to Mathura and Vrindavan and stay there during the month of Kartik, specifically to perform devotional services during this period. The Padma Purana, it is said that the Lord may offer liberation or material happiness to a devotee, but after some devotional service has been executed, primarily in Mathura during the month of Kartik, the devotee wants only to attain pure devotional service unto the Lord. The purport is that the Lord does not award devotional service to ordinary persons who are not serious about it. But even such unserious persons who execute devotional service according to the regulative principles during the month of Kartik and within the jurisdiction of Mathura in India are very easily awarded the Lord's personal service. Yes. So Srila Rupa Goswami speaks about in this connection, Srila Rupa Goswami speaks about also, developing attachment to Mathura. And then here it is being said that, okay, in Kartik, there is a customary practice that devotees go to Mathura and offer some exclusive service, devotional service there. And in that way, they develop attachment. The point and the purpose is to develop attachment for the holy dham is not different from the holy pastimes of the Lord. And the holy pastimes reveal the holy qualities, the divine qualities of the Lord. So therefore, the dham is the place of pastimes, is it not? And the pastimes reveal the quality of the Lord and the nature of the Lord. So that so it gives very intense attachment. Therefore, there was a statement by Srila Prabhupada which was saying that attachment to any other place other than Mathura is going to be very dangerous, illusory energy. Therefore, one should not think of going abroad here, there, and all that. Very dangerous, actually. Rather, one should be attached towards the holy dham of the Lord. Just like Radhanath Maharaj. Radhanath Maharaj was never wanting to leave Vrindavan. But then Srila Prabhupada requested him if he can go to New Vrindavan and serve in the farm community there, because he was an American. And Maharaj agreed. But Maharaj carried the dust of Vrindavan, and he was every day smelling. And in his meditation, he was going and visiting and offering arti. He was going, in his meditation, he was visiting every temple, So we have already read that in Braja, there is this custom of visiting 12 temples and attending artis there, So morning and evening. So Ranjan Maharaj himself was doing the same thing. But then he was meditating. So he would just smell the Brajaraja and he would meditate on, going to the temple. So that practice enhances uh, the samutkanta, the desperation, the attachment. And if that attachment is there, wherever one is, if that attachment is there, then that is very healthy. That's the whole point. So Kartik is a month which is given for developing that kind of attachment. Similarly, we have heard in Mayapur also that one should never go out of Mayapur. One should only go out of Mayapur to go and preach and bring people to Mayapur. Otherwise, there's no point in going out of Mayapur. What is the point in going out of Mayapur? One should only go to Mayapur to bring people in Mayapur, actually. That's the whole point. To develop attachment. So this attachment pointer has to be very nicely set. The attachment pointer has to be very nicely set in, that so that so it's not that so we want to go out and reach out to people to bring them to the holy Dham of the Lord, is it not? We want to bring the whole world in Vrindavan and Mayapur, is it not? Like that, not that, not the other way around. Okay, so we have to. So if we are not conscious, then our thought processes may go bizarre. One may develop attraction and attachment for a city life. For a very external razzle dazzle and glamour. And